Grand Rising Tribe, it's myself, Mr. Hall, back again. Author, artist, founder, master healer, guide, mentor. Here to give you some confirmations, some context as well. Always with the spiritual release as I begin. As soon as I begin the videos, I begin to channel. Just a bit of showing you how things connect, okay? And tapping into the supernatural being, the unexplainable, the undeniable, the everything language within the universe, including even silence, okay? So that is significant. This process of recently explaining yourself to be understood by others and the separation from that. Also, individuals possibly around you and in your space projecting their insecurities and incapacities and own failures, perceived failures, you existing being an example of that failure, of the matrix, okay? And remember, this reading is collective globally, depending on where you are within your spiritual awakening, within your understanding of consciousness, within your understanding of reality and human existence. It may not resonate. If it doesn't, this may not be for you. But if it does, this is going to speak to you, okay? So I'm picking up artists, creative, those that are out of the box, right? Those stepping into new ways of being, meant to guide earth and consciousness into a new foundational, right? Building the new foundational pillars of society, okay? That is very good, okay? That may be significant for someone. Very good. You are very good. You are very valued, okay? But we have, something about understanding the Princess of Pentacles, the Princess of the Echoing Hills, right? Understanding your divine sensitivity is valuable. Understanding that your capacity to feel, think, be is valuable, okay? There may have been some type of ego death that you went through, some type of loss or perceived loss that you have taken that has been making space for more, okay? And what I'm picking up is, as globally we are witnessing societies restructure themselves and the world adapt to newfound information of agreed upon truths and facts, and the realization and stripping away of illusions like separation, fear, anxiety, projections, all of these different heavier, denser emotions, we're finding our passion to move forward in a grounded nature, right? So you may be finding passion to move forward in your grounded nature. There are hundreds of billions of people in the world, and despite the perception of complete negativity, chaos, and destruction that is attempting to feed on your energy, you're tapping into what really, truly is bringing soul fulfillment to you. And this may be triggering to some individuals. This may be alarming to individuals, especially if individuals were attempting to cast some form of spiritual warfare around you or on you, right? Confirmation that shit is good. All right, and the card that we have now, currently, right, if we're still looking at time in a linear context, you're in this universe energy, right? You're in direct connection with the universe. And this can be confirmation for you if you were picking up signs, symbols, understanding the universe and reality symbolically, right? Feeling things that you can't articulate, stepping into this place of being and allowing, in conjunction with, in agreement with, and in balance with your divine masculine energy, which is allowing you to move forward, right? So, for example, I'll use the Western world. Currently, in the Western world, our government is shut down, right? And in this shutdown, bills still need to be paid, mouths still need to be fed, and things are still going on as it's restructuring, right? So an internal and external restructuring happening for you, but you are working with the universe, divinely guided, okay? You may identify as a starseed, you may identify as a healer, a light worker, you may participate into alchemy, the occult, esoteric knowledges, right? But the universe is communicating to you, and it's having you balance more than dark and light, right? It's having you balance your north node, really stepping into your purpose. You may be a Taurus as well, as we have the alchemical symbol for the Taurus here, okay? Something also as well as ancestry. So ancestry, interdimensionality, non-human intelligences, right? And you're being guided, right? I'm seeing this imagery here as the sun, a solar energy, your solar essence. You are spirit having the human experience, right? And we practice and participate in omniism here, so and non-duality. Um, Everything has an energy, frequency, and vibration, and these have negative and positive aspects to both, right? So really getting beyond duality, and also any type of self-limiting beliefs or blocks that have been keeping you away from accepting that you are already in this King of Wands energy, right? This passionate energy to move forward. You've been given a blessing, right? Not a blessing, but a anointing by the universe to move forward, to continue on your path, to allow yourself to enjoy your dream, right? So you are the dreamer's dream, right? You are enjoying your dream, okay? Your dreams, you have a dream, you fulfill and reach your dream, and you're able to enjoy it. Having the cake and eating it too, I'm picking up. And also I'm picking up a reference to the CIA documents that have been declassified as far as reality being somewhat of a projection, okay? And that may be difficult for some to grasp, but if you get it perfect. And that may be a confirmation for you as well, where we literally co-create reality through our thoughts alone, right? And manifestation. And if we look at it from different angles and perspectives, we can say manifestation would be similar to the empirical science of order, right? And structure. So having the capacity to align with both, okay? Right? And even if you are picking up, if you're extending into some type of spiritual practice or looking into spirituality further, it may be a bit convoluted and twisted, because we'll see on one end, spirituality has no focus on material wealth. It is an energetic frequency, of course, but you'll notice that a lot of spiritual energies or spiritual gurus, teachers, healers are focused on building business, right? So aligning with using your spiritual path to create business, okay? Even if that is separate of currency, okay? That may have been a big struggling point for some of you, where, okay, if I'm spiritual, I don't need monetary value, or I need less, or I should be okay with less. While you also, simultaneously, your spirit is letting you know you deserve the best, right? We're not begging for crumbs. A balance between both, okay? And that's where the key is, balancing both aspects of being physically here in the flesh, and then simultaneously interdimensional and channeling and grounding higher frequencies of understanding, consciousness, and light energy, right? And you may have seen this reflected recently as well. What I'm getting is that there can be chaos all around you, and you can be the trigger for this chaos. Not in the sense of you are to blame, but in the sense of your authentic light and being and truthfulness in the totality and the wholeness and completeness of all that you are can be triggering, right? You're not too much. You are not being too eccentric. You are not being too anything. What's the right fit for you? Because on the flip side of that perspective, we can also have individuals who crave and thrive in structure. So finding the key point that I'm making for confirmation for you, as you are your best guide, is to find the balance in what works for you. And I'm picking up that the perception of success that you may have had previously is deconstructing, right? And in that deconstruction, you're finding out what success really means for you. Are you happy? Are you healthy? Are you feeling at peace? Do you have less chaos, right? Do you prefer to be alone? Are you an extrovert, an ultravert, right? Are you an introvert? Are you a blend of all three, right? So really separating yourself from these illusions of boxes that have been attempting to keep you in a limited viewpoint, okay? I'm picking up a peephole, so something about peeping Tom. You may have experience with monitoring spirits, feeling that you're being watched, in a sense, as we all kind of collectively are. And I'll elucidate on that shortly. But you're realizing it's up to you creating your reality, right? Not getting stuck in a loop of negativity, and also holding accountable yourself and others, okay? Okay. Right, so you can be expecting, I'm being guided to move on, so that may be confirmation for you as well. You're being guided to move on from something, from some way of thinking. The alfalfa, so alfalfa coming to mind as well. Something is being rewritten. You're rewriting history, you're rewriting the universe. You may be guided to rewrite history. In a past life, you may have been some form of scribe or had some type of immense knowledge of reality and consciousness that has recently been communicated to you, and or you may be getting symbols and signs, yeah, that you're ready. You're ready. You're ready to be ready. You're ready to be ready, right? This loop of, okay, soon, tomorrow, next day, you can enjoy now. Enjoy now in the moment, right? Allowing yourself to pause, breathe, and release, okay? So you may be guided to do that as well. Instead of this forward pushing action that we see within corporate structures that many in the spiritual community tend to separate from, those structures can lead to burnout. Those structures can lead to depletion. Even though you are acquiring more wealth and these things, you may feel empty inside, and or you may start to feel imbalanced, right? But that is of significance, because this balance between the structure of what's going to bring you worth and value is changing within you in the very near future, and you're going to get even further confirmation of this from the universe, okay? So signs that may be significant are earth signs, fire signs, okay? But some type of communication coming through, and in the recent past there may have been a princess of pentacles, so possibly a younger earth sign. And when I say younger, this can be from teens to 20s, okay? I wouldn't say it's a child or a page, but a princess of pentacles that the situation was not able to improve with, okay? There may have been some form of disagreement around finances or stability or structure. But in the near future, which if we look at it as the now, it's all happening simultaneously and at once. In the near future, and presently, simultaneously, the universe is communicating to you that a gateway has been opened. You may be seeing a lot of symbolism, as I mentioned previously, that was coming up a lot. But so the universe is cosmically rearranging things, right? Rewriting threads as I look at the cosmic reading cards, right? Rewriting threads. And it's all happening from you within your consciousness as you have activated specific chakras within your energy system and even outside of your energy system. And this is giving you space now to see, right? To gain perspective, not only have perception. Yeah, you may be a celestial teacher, the number 7, going on in social media and different platforms, and it's come up this term called group 7, which does align with this. So that may be another confirmation for you, and you may be feeling this way, the celestial teacher, right? And being a healer and a guide is a very rewarding, right? Yeah, see, you're flipping. In the recent past, you may have had a projection of limiting self-worth, right? This idea or concept that you are not able to, or it's not possible. The number 27 again, so 7, so again with the 7, so 777 may be significant. You may be seeing 7-7, but 27 is breaking down 7, 8, 9 into a 9. So completion of self-worth, right? You're seeing your true value, okay? You're seeing your true value. You're seeing the true value around your emotions, okay? As we pulled the emotions card. You're seeing the true worth of your energy and motion, what really is valuable to you, what really is going to bring you and allow you to step into this true path of being a celestial teacher, all right? And this may not be in a little spiritual sense, but what messages are you conveying through the existence of your life, through the existence of your human experience? You being who you are, because everyone else is taken, you being who you are is going to allow others to really and truly step into who they are, right? You may be an activator simply by spreading a nice and kind word, simply by being the difficulty that someone, or the perceived difficulty that someone perceives, right? There is no good or bad on either coin. It's much more of a, where's the energetic balance, and recentering and rebalancing that, right? And that's been a big theme. Also significant may be this new Libra moon, okay? Really focusing on relationships and getting yourself possibly back out there a bit, all right? And within that energy. Yeah, walk your truth. That's the confirmation. In short, walk your truth. 35, breaking down to an 8. You walking your truth and getting the high 5 from the universe is going to be your sign of abundance. This is going to be your time of abundance. Your time is now. This is our time. And what I'm picking up is this will be from the, let's say from the Gen A, and I don't want to put age on it, right? Because that is a physical form and attribute of the physical vessel, okay? And or gender. But we exist within societies currently, okay? Let me readjust this a bit. Okay, so readjusting perspective, huge confirmation for you. But we live within societies where we have individuals that are so intelligent and so bright in so many different ways that have been made to feel limited or incapable in the respects of the past. And with that, being broken away from those perceived binds and chains that could be implemented through spiritual warfare, that could be implemented through different types of abuse, trauma, psychological, emotional, mental, all of these different terms to describe what would anchor someone down into lower vibrational frequencies and energies. We're breaking away from that and understanding that our time is now. You are here and you incarnated into this being and vessel and experience on this earth school, this cosmic Airbnb. Shout out to the tribe for someone that mentioned that. So mentioning a message is very significant, okay, with that stutter that came through, or that word fog. Okay, so there may be some brain fog, word fog. I'm also picking up the simulation and breakdown of the COVID vaccine. Okay, if you want to do some research into that, how it's now being notated that that was indeed a biochemical warfare that was taking place. And okay, excuse me, a spiritual release again. Okay, so spiritual burp. So I'm seeing that many within the tribe of human consciousness, and when I reference the tribe, I reference soul family, star family, individuals that resonate truth with your soul, right? You know it's for your soul when you feel really good around it. Does it leave you feeling positive or drained after, right? Being able to identify through these valuable emotions and hypersensitivities that you have, you're able to interpret and see and understand a bit more. And sometimes point A to B is very clear and linear. But when you're gifted, or when you have different capacities to understand yourself and others, A to C is also clear. However, B may not be as direct and literal. That pathway may not be direct and literal, okay? It's an energy shift. So I'm picking up, Four of Wands reverse, Lord of perfected work, right? So you're able to identify and notice where things may need to have improvements, okay? You may be getting some communication from an Aries. You may have your Mercury in Aries, okay? If you're unfamiliar with your planets or your birth chart, you can reach out to me, book a session. But either way, so some passionate love. You may have your Venus in Aries as well, okay? So something about love coming through where you're ready for this passionate action forward. And this can be an external love, external to you as a soulmate, twin flame, right? A soul family, a tribe, really finding and connecting love, right? And with the new moon being in Libra, this is a confirmation with what I'm seeing in the cards as far as entering into this new balance of personal relationship with yourself, your lower self, your shadow self, your higher self, right? All the aspects multidimensionally of you happening all at once, you coming into a synergy with that, and then also being able to connect with others from a newfound grounded place, okay? As the universe is guiding you forward, okay? Yeah, you really worked through some type of illusions that were attempting to hold you down. All right, and with the universe's assistance, you being the YOU verse, you, possibly, and let's use it in different contexts, from past life, from future life, your future self, reaching out to you and cutting through the bullshit, and you being able to be receptive to that. And number 7 being significant, and the confirmation, as I did get a message on the phone, not sure if y'all can hear that. But either way, yeah, you stepped away from this 4. Okay, so it's almost getting double for your trouble, right? The 6 of Wands coming out. All right, with you having the Lord of Victory, you holding the fire, right? For the first time, I'm seeing within the cards these 2 hands that are holding these flames, right? You holding yourself in place and or being held by the universe through this walking through the fire, walking on fire, being able to transmute energy, okay? And I'll go ahead and add this as the default for this message, where there's an image of an elephant sitting on a tree limb. An elephant, right, sitting on the tree limb, which would seem absurd, and what's not crazy in such an insane universe and space, okay? And something may be coming up about kids, the letter A, the letter H may be significant, okay? But 6 of Wands, Lord of Victory, okay? And I'll go ahead and end it here, tribe, so I can take an important call. But that may be significant. You are not pushing yourself forward. You are allowing yourself to flow forward, okay? You're going to have an aha moment, an moment, okay? Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. click the link in the bio to check out my other products and services and the different dimensions of myself. Also, click on the shorts for instant confirmation, as I have programmed all of the images to give you that information subconsciously. And if you're not on YouTube, go ahead and get to YouTube so you can check out the previous videos as well. Talk to you soon, tribe.